Hey, what's up, guys? This is T's Roll number 2 here, and I'm here to talk about Smackdown Shut Your Mouth for the PlayStation 2. A little history between me and Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. Smackdown Shut Your Mouth was one of my favorite wrestling games when I was a kid, especially like when I was in elementary school and I loved wrestling. But nowadays, we all know wrestling sucks ass. So, does the Smackdown vs. Raw games nowadays. Smackdown 12, do not. It's not even called Smackdown anymore, it's called WWE. Do not get that game. It's just like Smackdown vs. Raw 2011. You might as well keep 11. Don't even touch that piece of shit. Okay. The only reason I still play this game today is because I like the fast-paced arcade style that the Smackdown games used to have. From like Smackdown 1, 2 Up, Smackdown vs. Raw 2007. After Smackdown vs. Raw 2007, there was no more arcade-like gameplay. They started making stiff movement. And after that, Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 game, one of the worst Smackdown vs. Raw games in the whole series. The whole series. Smackdown vs. Raw 2008 was released. I know a lot of people are going to say something like about like Smackdown 1, or cause I know a lot of people don't like Smackdown 1 mainly because of the creative superstar feature. I mean, but Smackdown 1 was revolutionary for its time. You have to understand that regardless of the creative system or not, Smackdown 1, because at the time people were playing Attitude, WWF Attitude. That was the main WWF game from 1999 to like I think early 2000, because Smackdown 1 was released in February of 2000 if I'm not mistaken. So what you have to realize is that WWF fans didn't have a fast-paced arcade style type wrestling game. People say WCW Nitro was slow, it was sluggish, and they say the same thing about WCW and WO Thunder. I'll get to that sometime too. But what people have to understand about those games are, those games, in my opinion, those games were pretty fast. They were faster than Warzone and Attitude at the time. That's the truth. I mean, a lot of people bash those games. I mean, and they bash those games. For what I understand, people don't like Warzone and Nitro because you had to put it in key combinations. If you didn't have to put in key combinations, and they kind of fixed the way they walked and ran, just pretty much the overall feel to the game, those games would be like, those games would still be around today. But I don't think WCW Nitro will be like around today because WCW is dead. So, yeah. So, here's my call, George Lopez. And he's coming down to the ring, and I press start because I'm just want to skip these dumb entrances. I mean, there's no use to keep them down here. And they have like these fun loading screens. Not this one. WWE now, that's not fun at all. What made Smackdown Shut Your Mouth a good game for me was, it wasn't the controls, it wasn't how fast it was. What made Smackdown Shut Your Mouth fun for me was that it was just a Smackdown game that, you know, I could just have fun with. I mean, Smackdown Just Bring It wasn't, I mean, I'm not gonna sit right here and bash Smackdown Just Bring It. Smackdown Just Bring It was fun, but it had the problem, it was too slow. Smackdown Just Bring It was too slow. I mean, like, I know I just said something about the game not being too fast, but that game was just way too slow. I mean, like, it was like a slowed down version of Smackdown 2. It was like a rehash version of Smackdown 2 with better graphics. That's pretty much what it was, and more unlockables. That's pretty much what it was. But Smackdown Shut Your Mouth added things. It added, like, the Smackdown Fest Arena was already in last year's game, but they boosted up, like, features on it. Like, the steel steps are now silver, the turnbuckle posts are silver, the ring ropes are like light blue. I remember last year they were like dark blue or something like that. I don't even know, like, the ropes were like black. And the overall, like, all the arenas in Smackdown Shut Your Mouth look awesome. They look good. They look just like they do on TV. Just like they do on TV. I mean, people, like, kids from like, they're like 12 years old now are gonna be like, oh no, Smackdown in 2008, Smackdown 2009, Smackdown 11 is the best Smackdown game ever! Shut your mouth, kid. I mean, like, before you start making judges about the games in the past, you need to actually play the games in the past. No, this is just a rant. I'm just about to just start doing rants on kids, so no, I'm not even gonna get into that. As you see, I'm just beating his ass. So yeah, excuse my French. So yeah, And SmackDown Just Bring It didn't have that many moves, if you can remember. SmackDown Just Bring It, like, it didn't even have new matches. It actually took away matches from SmackDown 2. It actually took away the casket match, the hardcore time limit match, which was a good match, and that was pretty much it. But those matches were the two best matches. The Matrix thing, the SmackDown Shut Your Mouth offer. Those were like the two main matches that people played with SmackDown 2. Especially the casket match. So yeah, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth added a whole bunch of matches. I remember they brought back the hardcore match, but the casket match was still not in the game. And they brought new ladder controls. Like on SmackDown Just Bring It and SmackDown 2 and the games before that, to get like the belt, you can just like press circle and you just get the belt instantly, just in a match. On SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, you actually have to fight for the belt. Well, not like fight for it, but when you grab it, people can get you down a lot easier. And also, like I remember last year, the computer would just be cheap, and it would just keep knocking you off the ladder because they were real stupid. Nowadays, I mean not nowadays. Now on SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, the computer will be like, okay, for an example, they'll knock you off the ladder sometimes. Like, if you're like, the computer's like right in front of the ladder, they will knock you off the ladder sometimes. But half of the time they will come off the ladder and try to fight you. Half the time they will win, half the time they won't. What makes it good about this is that, I just clocked them with the chair. What makes it good about this is that you can do like new ladder special moves. You can do like moves off the ladder that you couldn't do in last year's game. You can put your opponent on the table outside the ring and jump off, and it won't be as fake as it was last year. Cause like this year, well, I mean like not this year, on the next year's release on SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, like when you're on a high height and you jump off a ladder or a Hell in a Cell or whatever, you will actually hurt yourself. I mean, on SmackDown Just Bring It, and SmackDown 2, and SmackDown 1, when you jumped off of something, half of the time you wouldn't hurt yourself. Unless you got hit. On SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, they added like that thing where you fall off and you flop all around like a madman and you just hurt yourself like real bad. Yeah, that originated in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. So yeah, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth made a whole bunch of new features. And I think that was pretty much all the matches that they added in or they improved on. I think, did they, no, Elimination Chamber wasn't in this game. That was in Here Comes the Pain. I'll be talking about that game later too. So for all you Here Comes the Pain fans, that game will be on my channel. Just look out for it in like a few months, because my SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is broke. I don't know how it got broke. I don't know. Oh yeah, and the creative feature in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth is just good. I mean, you can argue, but I think that looks pretty damn close to what George Lopez looks like in real life. At the time, when I created him. That's pretty damn close to what he looks like in real life. And this is a pretty good looking game for like SmackDown. I mean, not SmackDown, for like PlayStation 2 graphics. I mean, people look at the PlayStation 2 now and say, ooh, look at those graphics. Ooh, how could you... Oh, look at those. I got an Xbox 360, a PS3. I got a fucking... a goddamn Wii, man. Even PC looks better than that. Yeah, now. I mean, PlayStation 2 games, they still look good today. In my opinion. They still look good. They still hold up today. But back then, this was revolutionary. People did not see... This is the thing I was talking about. And flopping all around. People weren't used to like graphics like these. I mean, like we were used to like pretty much like the PlayStation 1 graphics. And don't get me wrong, I like the Nintendo 64 graphics, those big blocky looking characters, the 3D models like on Mario 64. And I remember actually seeing the blocks for Mario. It was just, it looked good, but at the same time it looked fake as I don't know what. So yeah, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth good. Oh yeah, and I was just talking about the Creator Wrestler feature. They have a lot of new parts for the Creator Wrestlers today. And the SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, they have like and they have more moves for your wrestler, and more taunts and entrance moves and stuff. Of course, they have more entrance moves. They have more wrestlers. They updated their roster tremendously, so you can pretty much customize your wrestler to whatever you want them to look like. George Lopez is the only celebrity I made in this game. If you look at like my 2006, my SmackDown was about 2006, 07, 08, sometimes in 08, 09, 11. It has more celebrities. But when I was playing Smackdown, I didn't really care about the creative wrestler that much. On the story mode, I didn't show it in this video. I showed one match, but the story mode it's good. Okay, it pretty much takes place. First, you're doing the brand extension thing. You get to choose the wrestlers you want on your brand for SmackDown or Raw. Then after they start doing the Invasion storyline from late 2001 with WCW and ECW going up against the WWF. So yeah, you get to do all kinds of stuff. And like, one thing that I didn't know, this is just a tip. To create stables, you have to go in season, and then it'll like give you an option for stables. I did not know that when I first played this game. So yeah. Now here's the part when these are my reviews. In my reviews, I'll tell you if you should buy it, try it out, or just stay the hell away from it. I would suggest you buy this game. This is one of the best SmackDown games you can buy, one of the best SmackDown games you can play, and damn near one of the best SmackDown games of all time. Okay? I know it's not the best SmackDown game of all time. That's pretty much Here Comes the Pain, hands down. But still, this game was very good for its time, and very good now. So I would recommend that you buy it. And this was T-Rose 2, and